It's Maija here, and today I'm going to talk about what I've been reading lately, so what I've just finished and what I'm currently reading, what I have out from the library, and some other stuff as well. Let's get started. So one of the books that I have lately finished is Paladin of Souls by Lois McMaster Bujold, and this is a book sort of sequel to The Curse of Chalion, or it's set after The Curse of Chalion, which was this court intrigue fantasy, which is a standalone, but this has one of the side characters from that book as a main character, so it's set in the same world, and it's set after the events of The Curse of Chalion. This tells about the royal dowager Ista, who goes out on a pilgrimage. She is not doing this because she's particularly devout. Actually, she has a grudge against the gods. She is doing this because she is stifled at home. People are treating her like she can't do anything. She's guarded. She can't do anything on her own. So she decides to leave on a pilgrimage with a group of people. And of course, things go sideways. Stuff happens. She ends up at this fortress with this weird curse going on that she has to figure out. And the gods are involved. And there's just something about Lois McMaster Bujold's fantasy writing that I enjoy. I have read one of Bujold's science fiction books, Shards of Honor. I think that was very early in her career, and I wasn't really a big fan of that, but The Curse of Chalion was great, my favorite book of last year, and I also really love this. There's just something about her writing. I just get sucked into it. I read it kind of slow, but I'm really enjoying it as I'm reading it, and I just can't wait to get back to reading when I put it down. Most recently, I also finished The House with Good Bones by T. Kingfisher. This is one of Kingfisher's horror books, which are never my favorites. I do enjoy them, they're fun, but I do prefer her fantasy. So this is about a woman who studies bugs on archaeological digs, but her most recent dig is cancelled for a while, so she goes to live with her mother for a while and finds that things have changed at her mother's home and her mother is acting weird. There's also vultures that are keeping an eye on the house. This one was like an easy fun read. It wasn't particularly scary. It had some good scenes. Not one of my favorite T. Kingfishers, but I think I prefer this to The Hollow Places. But overall, like I said, I prefer her fantasy. I've been toying with the idea of making a ranking video of me ranking all of T. Kingfisher's books. I think I've read pretty much everything by Ursula Vernon that has been published under the T. Kingfisher name. Maybe I should do that if I figure out how to do it. Okay, so that is what I have recently finished. I am currently reading The Witness for the Dead by Katherine Addison. With that, I mean that I have read maybe 10 pages of this, so very early days. This is set in the same world as the Goblin Emperor, which I love, but it's set in a different city and follows a different main character. I also have the Goblin Emperor here because there is a dictionary or a glossary how the naming works in this world, and I think I will have to refresh my memory to really get into the world. The main character of this is a Witness for the Dead, which is this sort of a church position where he can talk to the dead. This world has elves and goblins, and I actually don't yet know what sort of a tone this particular book has, because I think it'll be quite different from The Goblin Emperor. From the library, I have 3 volumes of 20th Century Boys by Naoki Urasawa, and this is a series that was recommended to me by Reija from the Bookfinch. I have known about this series for years, but I haven't really felt like picking it up, but Reija made me interested, and I have read the first volume, and I'm hooked. So this is about this group of boys. We follow them throughout their years, as kids, as adults, and there's this weird cult that has emerged, and it has something to do with the boys when they were kids and when they were playing together. And it has just these sort of hooks and just enough weirdness to get me interested in what the actual F is going on. So I have volumes 2 and 3 here to read. We're talking about manga, and I finally got Delicious in Dungeon volume 12 by Ryoko, so I will need to reread volume 11 and to get to read this. I'm so excited. These are so much fun, and they're like an epic fantasy manga that has humor and cooking in it, and it's just lovely. I love the art style, I love all the characters, I love the world, and one random thing that I'm going to mention is this volume, the newest volume, has a different finish to these older ones. So these have this nice matte finish and this doesn't have it. and I'm miffed. I like the matte finish. And the final thing I'm going to mention about books is that I have out from the library episode 13 by DiLouie, which is also a book that I asked my library to order, and now I have it, but it needs to go back quite soon, so I need to get to this. This is a horror book about this. Is the podcast or TV show? A TV show, a ghost hunting reality TV show, and this is about a specific episode 13 of that show, where I think things go sideways. It has like chats and emails and that sort of mixed format thing going on. So maybe it's a quicker read than this chunkier would have me think. I hope so, because it needs to go back quite soon. Then talking about other stuff than books and comics, I haven't lately been watching a lot of like good TV or good movies. I have been watching some things, but some things have just been bad, some things haven't stuck in my memory, so I don't have a lot to say about that. Things that I am excited about. I am super excited that the Nimona movie is finally coming out. It's coming to Netflix on June 30th, and I love the webcomic. I have been waiting for this animation for so long. It was first being created by Blue Sky Studios, which you might know that Disney bought them, and then they shut everything down, the production of Nimona, and then Netflix sort of saved it, so Netflix is gonna bring the movie out. It has the same voice actors as it did when it was on Blue Sky, so there's Riz Ahmed and Chloe Grace Moretz, among others. And I just like this energy that Nimona, the main character, has, and I also like the world, which is like a mix of medieval fantasy and technology. I like the look of it, and the trailer was very promising, so I can't wait. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun, so I'm really excited to see Nimona. And also, this is perhaps a bit of a different TV show than you might expect from me, but the final season, I think, of Never Have I Ever, a teen show on Netflix, came out. I love Never Have I Ever. It's just so much fun to have this fun teen show that lasts like a half an hour episode, and the main character is a mess. Devi always like chooses the worst possible solution to problems, and it sort of takes the stress out. Sometimes I don't like seeing characters make bad choices, but when you know that if there's a choice, Devi will choose the wrongest solution, I love watching what she does and how she gets out of things. So Never Have I Ever, I have just started watching like the first 2 episodes of that. I'm having a lot of fun. Then on my Switch, I have mostly been playing Paranormasight 7 Mysteries of Honjo, which is this horror visual novel about these people who get this curse power, and you play with different characters and they're intertwining storylines. And there's a curse button, so all of the characters have different curse stones that they can activate a curse and kill people when different conditions are met. For example, in the first part of the game, when someone turns away from the character you're playing, they can use the curse. So you can decide to use the curse button and curse the person or not. There's also a storyteller that talks to you in the middle of these sections, and it's a lot of fun. But I have to finish it because I've told myself that I can't buy Dredge before I finish this. So Dredge is this fishing horror game. So it's a fishing game with sort of inventory management and upgrading your ship, but it has a horror storyline. And I played the demo, which is like the first chapter of it, and I had so much fun. I want to start playing that, but I need to finish a game before I can get to buy it. After saying that, I did just buy a game because it was on sale, the summer sale going on when I'm filming this. And the game that I bought from that was Strange Horticulture, which is, again, a game that has a sort of a story to it and characters visiting you, but it's also like a shop game where you have plants and you have to identify plants and give them to your customers as solutions to different problems. I have been wanting this game for a while now, and I have been waiting for it to go on sale for under 10 euros. So now I think it was about 8 and change. So I picked it up and I have already started it, even though I should be finishing Paranormasight. So that is what I have been up to. The sun is reaching my face, so it is time to stop. Let me know what you have been reading lately, and I will see you in my next video.